So, well, first of all, good day, Knicks Nation. Um, so it's already started. What am I talking about? Yesterday, some idiot reporter, some basketball intellectual that has no knowledge of the game, insisted that the Knicks put all they can to go after Russell Westbrook. So today, I want to talk about why we should stay away from Russell Westbrook. Number one, let's talk about the positives of Russell Westbrook. Let's talk about, and please don't comment on this video by just looking at the thumbnail and then making a comment. You don't know what's in the video. I'm getting a lot of that. People look at the thumbnail, see the title of the video, and also they're making a comment, and they don't even know any of the details of the video. And lots of times their concerns are answered in the video. But aside from that, so let's look at the positive of Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook, is a multiple time All-Star, League MVP, All NBA, the whole nine. I mean, his first year in the league, his team won like 21 games, but then every year after that, he's been in the playoffs. That's before they got Kevin Durant. After Kevin Durant left, that's while Kevin Durant was there. He's a one-man gang. I mean, he takes over a game. He is not like he's a ball hog. I wouldn't call him a ball hog, but he definitely takes over a game. He rebounds, assists, plays defense. He hustles every minute of the whole 48 minutes or whatever minutes he's on the court. He's a coach's dream. You want a guy like that. And so, yeah, but that's the positives. He's one of the most athletic guards the league has ever seen, as witnessed by his statistics. You know, having a couple of years of averaging triple doubles is amazing. So Westbrook has been a tremendous player in the NBA for his whole career. But let's go for the negatives. Let's look at the negatives of why we want to stay away from Russell Westbrook. His next 3 years, he's going to be paid 41.3, 44.7, I think, or something like that, and then 47 million over his next 3 years. Russell Westbrook turns 32 in November. So by the time this season begins, he'll be 32. It's his age 32 season. The 40 plus million, or, we're talking about 41 plus 44, that's 85 plus 47, that's 132 million that he's going to be paid. 132 million over the next 3 seasons. That eats up most of our cap space. And then, and so somebody might ask, well, he's going to take us to the playoffs. Problem is this. The risk at age 32 with a player that depends on athleticism to be successful is very high. Okay, very high risk of injury. He's had one knee scope that I remember, and I don't think that was that serious, but he keeps himself in shape. He does, but the way he plays, the physicality with which he plays brings him at a higher risk of injury. Second problem is he's the type of player that literally takes over a game, so that if he's out, the team really doesn't know how to function without him, because everything is built around him, because he's such a dynamic player. It's not a negative on him. That's just how it is. He's such a dynamic player that everything is built around him. And if he's not in the game, it's almost like the players are lost because they're not used to playing without him. So, for example, on the opposite end, when Derrick Rose was MVP, and after the year he was MVP, and Tom Thibodeau was coaching the Chicago Bulls, Chicago won like 60 games the year he was MVP. And they were in the playoffs the next year again. Then he hurt himself. Okay, seriously, as you know, with the knee injury. Tom Thibodeau's team was still in the playoffs after that, because basketball is a team game. It's a 5-man game on the floor. And so Thibodeau had a system that Rose was within. He was working within that system. Okay. Whereas when Rose got hurt, the system continued. They didn't have the MVP, but they still was in the East in the playoffs. And they was I think they was top 4 in the playoffs. So they still play high. Whereas if Russell Westbrook is not playing, you got to redo the whole way you play. Okay. they were fortunate in that they traded him for CP3, who, he's going to take 5 high school players and and make them look better, because that's the type of player CP3 is. But in absence of that, there would have been a problem. They'd been really rebuilding everything all over again, because everything was predicated on Russell Westbrook. So for the fact that, and not only that, in order to get Russell Westbrook, Houston traded away a lot of first round picks. This year's first rounder is gone. I think they traded their 2023, their 2026, something like that. They traded away a lot of first round picks to OKC to get Russell Westbrook. OKC is flush with picks, man. I mean, so, yeah, that's another story, asking for CP3 for us to be giving them picks when they flush with picks and we are rebuilding. No. So, yeah, we're not getting fleeced like that. But Houston don't have anything. They have a first rounder they can offer in 2022. They can't offer their next year's first rounder because they gave away this year's first rounder, and they can't do 2 years in a row like that. So they got their 2022 first rounder, and pretty much that's it. Pretty much that's it. They got no picks in this draft. They got some second rounders next year. Nothing that I would say is worth us taking on $135 million over 3 years. That's a lot of money. I mean, people were reacting to my video I did on Al Horford. Al Horford, even with the partial guarantee on the 3rd year, you're talking about $69 million over 3 years. That's much more feasible than twice that, which is what you're dealing with Russell. Double that. Okay, so no. And not only that, with the Philly deal, my proposal, we're getting a first rounder this year and their second rounder. And I'd like to get a first rounder in the future, from them for that. But at least first rounder this year, their number 20 something, 21 in their number, or 2023 in their number 34, which should be at least something, and you're getting a decent player. But, Russell Westbrook, 41, 44, and 47 million for a guy that's going to be 32 and relies on athleticism for his game. His game is predicated on his ability to run fast and jump, and be aggressive. I can see him missing a lot of games, and we still paying him $135 million. That's not good for us, baby. We got to leave that alone. We got to leave that alone. And you're going to hear more, howls from the basketball intellectuals, from all of these writers that get paid all of this money. I don't know why. And they are going to be telling us we must go after Russell Westbrook, or we must go get James Harden. Harden would be worse than Westbrook, because Harden is a ball hog. He's ball dominant. And no, that's not good for us, baby. That's not good for us. All right. So let me know what y'all think about this. But no, I say no on the Russell Westbrook. No.